let's discuss the future of Palantir and why I think it looks so promising. And I'll also touch on the idea of the metaverse and how Palantir could fit into that industry as well, and how, if Palantir executes this properly, has the potential to play a significant role in the metaverse. So I think we all know that Palantir's shares have had a difficult year in 2022, just like the rest of the tech industry. However, we've also seen Palantir extending its services to the private sector, which is going to create a ton of new chances for growth in the future. Overall, their operating loss margin has tended positively when compared to 2021, and honestly, I think that for investors who are willing to take some risk, they should think about buying some Palantir stock, as I personally think that it's going to provide some serious returns over the next decade. Palantir, though, at the end of the day, is a big data and analytics company whose software is used by everyone from the world's largest intelligence agencies to corporate clients to comb through data sets and promote effective decision outcomes. Government organizations continue to be the primary source of income for Palantir, as they rely on Palantir's Gotham operating system, which was created especially for the kind of top-secret projects these customers demand. However, Palantir's business is steadily growing the number of commercial clients it serves with its Foundry platform, which is its second key product. And as I mentioned, Palantir's stock has had a difficult year in 2022, but despite rapid revenue growth, Palantir is still not profitable yet, and therefore, I know there's lots of serious investors out there that aren't exactly thrilled about this. However, in my opinion, with companies like Palantir, you shouldn't be buying them because they're a profitable company. What you're buying into is the promise of an absolutely incredible tech giant that I believe is going to be dominating the data mining industry in the future. Although Palantir's business strategy is currently unavoidably expensive, the company is making headway towards profitability. So with that in mind, let's go over exactly what the source of future growth for Palantir will be, meaning what they should be focusing on. You see, the artificial intelligence developed by Palantir is honestly incredible, since it enables businesses to extract previously unattainable insights from vast amounts of their own data. And because of this, it's hardly surprising that Palantir continues to serve a significant portion of the American government. On the other hand though, extending its services to the private sector is what will really create a ton of new chances for growth in the future. Ultimately, Palantir is a tool that businesses may use to identify supply chain problems in advance by improving their cost and energy efficiency. And with further development, AI-driven software has already proven to be a priceless resource for business and government clients and has the potential to completely transform a wide range of industries. Growing relationships with businesses could also help Palantir repair its image among investors and the general public. From a human rights standpoint, it has engaged in a number of extremely controversial government contracts that generated unfavorable headlines and may have affected the direction of the stock as a whole. However, I personally don't really care about any of this, because I know that at the end of the day, I've done my research on Palantir, and I truly believe that they're setting out to protect and make the world a safer, better, and more efficient place. And any controversies that occur are only going to be small bumps in the road in the long run. And as more and more people realize that Palantir's technology can be used for more than just the perception of privacy violations and violence, the growth of the commercial enterprise will probably be a big success from a PR standpoint. Which brings me to my next point. Another segment where Palantir could see tremendous growth in the future is in the Metaverse. And yes, I get it that when people first think of the Metaverse, they unfortunately have to think about Zuck's ugly world that's lifeless, pathetic, and dead. But give it some more time, and I think that the Metaverse is slowly going to grow into something much more than whatever the hell Zuck is doing. You see, I ultimately think that, given enough time, the level of artificial intelligence in the Metaverse will grow beyond our comprehension. Organizations are already struggling to manage data in their everyday operations. They receive a variety of data from clients, accounting, sales, that sort of stuff. And on top of that, they must also utilize machine learning to optimize and make logical sense of all their data, utilizing artificial intelligence to ensure that their advertising is effective. they must also make sense of all the decisions regarding their supply chain and logistics. And ultimately, it will be data and business intelligence that will fuel the evolution of the metaverse. Already, Palantir is an industry pioneer in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and due to its research, the advisory firm Forrester has recognized Palantir as a leader in both AI and ML markets. And due to the frequency with which these technologies are employed by metaverse developers, the corporation could be integrated into this virtual environment. Palantir also has an abundance of case studies, which is why they're becoming increasingly valuable. They've been able to solve all of these interwoven difficulties within an organization's structure. But these challenges are only minor when compared to the problems that the metaverse enterprises will face. And since many of these companies will be startups, with Palantir's attempt to collaborate with startups, their creation of Foundry for Builders, this is a brilliant idea. You see, they're gaining on-hands experience by collaborating with the next generation of enterprises that will likely construct the metaverse. And ultimately, emerging enterprises that approach the metaverse with a different angle can act swiftly and bring products to market more effectively. And moreover, due to the nature of data engineering in the metaverse, these businesses will have access to a great deal of information. However, be that as it may, I'm just going to be honest here. Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, has been very clear about his opposition to building out the metaverse. He believes that there are more important problems to solve on Earth, and that Palantir should work to fix those first, which is honestly an incredibly fair and solid point. However, the problems the Earth is facing are still very broad, and if the metaverse eventually becomes one of those problems, that it becomes too large to ignore, I think we'll see where this goes. However, regardless of whether or not the metaverse genuinely becomes a significant opportunity, artificial intelligence and big data will still determine the metaverse growth trajectory, and Palantir, if executed properly, has the potential to play a significant role in the metaverse. And if the company has the opportunity to be part of this revolution and make some profit for its shareholders, I believe that Alex Karp might change his mind in the future. And with shares of Palantir having performed poorly for investors last year, sadly, in the bull market of 2021, such amazing revenue growth resulted in overly optimistic expectations that inflated the stock price. And since Palantir was widely regarded as a symbol of the market bubble in 2020 and 2021, the stock has unfortunately fallen. Be that as it may though, I think Palantir is in a fantastic situation right now. Commercial sales are increasing, losses are decreasing, and there's still plenty of room for growth for this organization. And it's all of these elements, in my opinion, that suggest investors who are willing to take on some risk should consider buying Palantir stock, especially at these incredibly low levels that we're seeing right now, because they're definitely not going to last forever. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the video here. Thanks as always, and I'll catch you next time.